Hey guys, welcome to my first ever video. This is going to be my perspective of the first round of the Vega Battlegrounds Championships. Now before we start, I just want to say a massive shout out to Vega, massive thank you for inviting me to this even though I didn't upload or stream. He just reached out to me one day, asked if I wanted to take part, and yeah, I'm more than happy to, and I've been loving it so far, so massive thank you to him. Second off, a big shout out to Amanda. I didn't originally think that I was going to upload or stream anything, but she showed me the app that she uses to record, and from just everything from a phone, so that's allowed me to do this. So big thank you to her, big shout out. I'll leave a link to both Vega and Amanda's channels in the description. So my first match here is against Patriot, my alliance mate. He's a really good guy, really skilled player. And this one was probably going to be my hardest match. He's one of the only mythic level summoners in the game, so just off that alone you can tell he's an incredibly skilled player. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description as well. So, start off with he plays as Mysterio, and I don't have that many counters. I have Hercules and Gallon. I decided to go with Gallon because I don't really have anyone better to use Gallon for. And because he didn't have many counters to Apocalypse, I thought I might as well place him there, just in case this fight goes slower than it should. Spoiler alert, it does. I think this takes 2 or 3 special ones, just because I'm really new to playing Gallon at this point. I took him up specifically for this tournament, because the qualifying rounds would have Bulwark. And he is really powerful. I've also been using him in Alliance War lately as well, just because Path 3 is basically food for him. Now here, I didn't know how he worked too well, so I try and build up as much planetary mass as possible in a short time frame. That takes him down to about 50%. I try and build up some armor ups just to get more planetary mass even quicker. And he throws a special one here, which really stalls everything. And here, the harvest is about to expire, and I end up throwing a special one with 340, and it doesn't kill him. So this fight is taking a lot longer than a lot of Gallon fights should, and that's kind of annoying. I'm thinking at this point he could potentially be done by now, but I know that Apocalypse is a tanky boy, so this special one will easily finish it off. There we go. And I get out of the fight, and he's still not done. So I'm thinking, okay, I've got this first round, so this should put me in a good position to finish this one out if I throw the next round. I'm just going to have a look at who he's got quickly, and by the looks of things, it looks like I've got him in the draft. I feel like I've drafted much better counters to his defenders than he has mine. Okay, on to round 2 now. I'm looking at who he has, and my first thought is he's got Archangel, and there's only one champ in my deck that is pretty much Archangel proof, and that's Nimrod. And I'm thinking, because he's armor break immune, Surfer isn't really going to do much. He places his Killmonger against me, which kind of scares me a little bit. So I end up using Kingpin. I want to save my Hercules for the last round. And he ends up going for Surfer, which it surprised me how quick he got this fight down. I really underestimated Surfer's abilities to get this down, even without armor breaks. So going into this fight, I'm thinking, okay, as long as I finish this with 100% health, I have a likely chance to win. Purely because I thought that Silver Surfer would be slow. You'll see what happens at the end of this fight, but for this one, my main tactic is to build up to special 2, build up some overpower and some rage, and then throw a special 1 so that I can get a big degen on him. So I'm playing around it. I'm using the Unstoppable to my advantage. Now that I've got an Overpower up, throw a special 1. And that degen is ticking for 729, which is a fair amount for how long the degen is. Here, I'm just, with the ability accuracy reduction, it's stopping his indestructible charges from disappearing, which can be a good thing, can also be a bad thing, because now he has 4, and some bigger hits might get consumed by it, but at the same time, they also have a chance not to. It's very hit and miss. But here we're just taking it slow and steady, making sure that I get out of this fight with as much health as possible, as quickly as I can. I'm not trying to rush things though, because if I rush too quickly, then I'll probably get hit. Nice and simple, we finish him off there. And I'm thinking, okay, I've got a chance, but no. Surfer was way faster than me. And this is what I mean when I say I am Patriot's a really good player. Like he managed to finish that with 100% in 74 seconds, where I didn't think that was possible. So going into round 3 now, I'm quite scared because he has Archangel. He places Mole Man here, just to try and make whoever I use Hercules against slower, which is a very smart move because Hercules is one of the fastest champs in the game. I thought the champ that probably give him most problems would be Killmonger, even though he does have class advantage. Just the power gain from all the debuffs might throw him off. I was really hopeful that it would, and I knew that I had to get really good RNG here because Mole Man shrugs off the Infuriate really quickly. Going into this, you'll see that that's the case. I land a light attack, dash back, and he's already shrugged it off. And I mistimed that as well. I threw a light attack way too soon. So here I'm just going for some light intercepts, build up our feats of strength, make sure that I can nuke this guy down as quick as possible. Dash backs, intercept with a special 1. Everything's going good so far. Bait the special 1 out. Let's go for it again. Go for a full combo. Just try and beat him down as quick as possible, because I know that his fight is going to be really quick. I think I'm just trying to build to my special 2 at this point. Get a special 2 off with 10 feats of strength. This does trigger Bulwark. This doesn't trigger Bulwark. I thought it did. So that's better, because now I can just nuke him down. And that fight was 53 seconds. Looking at it, he's definitely not going to finish that faster, and he's not going to finish with much more health because I finished with 97.5%. So that means I've won this round already. He did play that very well to finish with 87% health, but that gives me a 1-0 lead, which going into the second round, that fills me with confidence. So here I go to ban his Doom, his Mephisto, and his Weapon X. At this point, I think I had 10 rank 4s in my deck, and I didn't have many confident Mephisto counters that I knew about to start with, which is why I banned him. Doom is Iron Patriot's probably his best champ. He does some absolutely absurd stuff with Doctor Doom, so against him especially, I'm going to ban him. And Weapon X, I wasn't sure who he was going to ban, but if he banned any of my counters, I'd be screwed. So I just thought, why not get rid of him this time? So for this draft, I'm picking up a lot of Mystics. He's only got Red Hulk so far, so I'm feeling good. First round, I decide to place, I think, Sasquatch? Yeah. Just because I'm looking at who he has, and he doesn't seem to have many great options. The best one's probably Archangel, and that's just trying to get rid of him, so that I can use, say, Kingpin or Mole Man on defense if need be. And that would make my life a lot easier, trying to get rid of them. I go for the same matchup as I did last time, with Kingpin versus Killmonger. I can't really see anybody else doing it any better. He could potentially get poor RNG, maybe, but this was kind of a throw. Looking back, I could have probably got away with using somebody else and keeping Kingpin, but there's not really many champs that Kingpin would counter. It'd mainly just be for defense. But I thought maybe if he gets poor RNG, I could sneak this one in. Okay, and you'll see that this fight does not go anywhere near as smooth as the last one. I go for the exact same strategy, but I think I lose a lot more health than I did before. One more thing I forgot to mention earlier. There's no background music in this one because I wasn't planning on uploading these. It was after this match that Amanda told me about the software that she uses. And because I wasn't planning on uploading, I was listening to music in the background, and because of copyright, I couldn't keep that in. So you can see here, we've already lost 10% health more than we did last time. He's playing passive, I get clipped there, that's already a big mistake. He's not throwing his special until now. Took a little bit to get out of him. And we go for the same strategy again, special 2. I try and build up some rage charges. Just make sure I can fire off a decent special 1. Just try and tick him down a little bit. We trigger Bulwark there, I completely forgot about that. And we go for another special 1. Hopefully try and get a special 2 out of him. Yep, there we go. He's ticking for about 1400 every half second. Some good damage. I don't think it was as quick as last time either, but we lost a lot more health. I'm not feeling confident by the end of this. And yeah, he takes it. Looking at it, I still probably wouldn't have won that round even if I'd have finished with max health like I should have. But you know, I was trying to throw anyway. Okay, next round. I think he went and placed Mole Man here, which was a good placement because I didn't really have a good counter to him. I think my best one would have probably been Stealth Spidey, and I'm pretty sure that's who I ended up using. Because he's done that, that gives me the idea. Oh, wait, he's not got a counter for Nimrod. Let's go for that. So, because he doesn't have anyone to really counter Nimrod aside from Red Hulk, and I think he's saving him for one of the 2 mystics, he goes for Ultron here. He's going to throw this round, and I go for Stealth Spidey. Now, this was a bit of an experiment, because there was a tactic that I tried using here that I'd never tried before, and if it worked, it would have been a lot better than a lot of people would have expected it to be. If it didn't work, it would have been a catastrophic fail, but looking at the matchup, I wouldn't have lost this anyway, because I'm pretty sure that Stealth Spidey would be able to do more damage to a Mole Man in 2 minutes than Ultron would have been able to do in Nimrod. So the game plan here is to build up to a special 2 after throwing a special 1 for precision, push him to special 2s, just try and keep the monster mass as low as possible, because if he gets to 5, then he'll shrug debuffs off quicker. And my game plan here is to get the Fury up by landing a special 2, or landing the second hit of it before he shrugs off the first one to give me the Fury, and it ends up working. So I'm here thinking, wow, this strategy actually works. I can win this round now with ease, because I know that he's not going to do a lot of damage to Nimrod. So here, he is a bit annoying. I'm trying not to parry, just to not get him to shrug debuffs, build up his monster mass even more. I'm trying to bait heavies, but he's not cooperating. Still, I'm not too worried. As long as I get out of this fight alive, I should win. He's there, just being uncooperative again, throwing 2 mediums into my block. Throws a special 2 there, and this next combo should finish the fight out. And we end up winning this one. I think he just quit out because he knew that he'd lost it. So that leaves me feeling confident for this next round, because he doesn't have anybody for Rintra. I think his best option for Rintra is probably Red Hulk, and that's still fairly slow, just because of the crit resistance and his massive health pool. And then long special attacks on top of that. Rintra is just an all-round tank. Now for this one, I go with Moleman against Nick Fury, and he goes for a Red Hulk against Rintra. So what the game plan is here is to build up to Frenzy, get as much monster mass as possible, and just try and play as aggressive as possible. Try and make sure he doesn't throw a special one through my block while he's unblockable, and then nuke him down with special 2s. So here I build up to 12, hold block, turtle up, go into Frenzy, dash back, turtle up again, build up my monster mass a bit more. He throws a special one here, which is a bit of a mistake on my part. I didn't turtle up there. End up throwing a special one here so that he's below 15. Block to be unstoppable. Bait out a special 2 while he's unblockable. And get rid of the unblockable. Build up monster mass a bit more. I think here I go for a special 2 to try and nuke him out of his first life. Yep. So far, all's going very well. Did a shallow light attack there so that I could get close to him, build my monster mass a bit more. Throw a special one here. Just trying to nuke him down as quick as possible. Dash back here. Block the unblockable hit, go unstoppable, and nuke him down. He's at 1%, just let him tick away. Now, I completely forgot that Moleman had the ability that he could block unblockable attacks while in Frenzy if you have max stand your ground. And that's what saved me there, because it saved me from going from a risky intercept to being safely able to counter, finish the fight with 97% health. And looking at it, it's worked very well because he is still in the fight and there's no way of him scoring higher than me now. Which means that I've won round 2 as well. Which at this point, now, I am fully confident going into round 3 just to finish it off and take home the win. And this one would put me in really good stead for the next few weeks. Because going into round 2, 1 up is much better than going in 1 down and needing to win the next 2 to advance. Because it's very rare that people would advance on 1 win out of 3. So I go for a slight different ban here. I ban Archangel instead of Weapon X. Because at this point I'm thinking, from the past 2 rounds, he's not going to ban my Nimrod. He's not going to ban my Guardian. His main bans have been Penny, Hercules, and Torch, I think it was. Or Penny, Scorpion, and Torch. So he's left my techs open, so I feel confident fighting Weapon X. I ban Archangel instead, just because, again, he influences drafts so much. If you draft a lot of non-immunes, and he gets Archangel at the very end, it just puts a dampener on everything. And I feel more confident now that I can win this. He does draft Torch there. I also draft Torch, and it was strange that he didn't ban him. I would have expected IP to ban Torch pretty much every round. So to see him open was a bit of a surprise. So I go with Killmonger on defense here, I think. Was it Rintra? No, I go with Nick. This match was about 2 weeks ago from the time I'm recording this. So I go with Nick here, seeing he doesn't have many counters. My best counter is Hyperion. So the plan here is to heavy attack, build up Furies, and go for only Incinerates. Okay, so getting into this one. This one can be a little bit sketchy, and I just completely missed a parry there. That kind of scares me a little bit, because I know that if he'd have thrown a light attack there, that would have been over. Intercepting with a special 2 here, get the stun, dodging, and I noticed here that this whole time he hasn't been running max limber, and if I'd have known that sooner, that would have made my life a lot easier. Okay, go for another special 2 here, try and get him down as quickly as possible. Throw another heavy attack to get some furies. Throw a special 1, get some incinerates off. Bait special 2, it's going perfect so far. Throw another special 1. Bait it out, and I missed another parry there. Get knocked down to 34% off 2 hits. That was brutal. Throw another special 2 here. No, it's not going to stun. Inset with a special 1. Get some incinerates going. Try and bait a heavy attack. Counter with my heavy. Try and build up some furies. Just get this last little bit down as quickly as possible to have any chance at winning. I need this to be very quickly. Get 6 incinerates up. Land an intercept and finish him off. At this point, I'm not feeling very confident because 37.8% health is not a lot to finish on. Just messing up those 2 parries, it cost me a lot of points. I just checked to see I'm recording there. Just double check because, again, I've not done this before. 40,000 points isn't great, but he's taking his time here, and this has given me a little bit of hope, just in case he potentially times out. And it turns out that we actually end up taking that round, surprisingly. That was complete luck on my part. I played that absolutely horribly, but he messed up as well, so that kind of evens it out a bit. Okay, and on to the next round. For his defender, he ends up placing Killmonger, and I end up giving him my Killmonger. So, slight mirror match here in the defenders. I end up going with Guardian for his Killmonger, and I think he went with Torch for mine, just because he needs to win this round to be able to carry on this match, just in general, or else I win 3-0. So getting into this one now, my game plan here is to build up to a special 1, throw a special 2, and then hopefully the fight should be over. You'll see at the end of this that doesn't really go to plan. Try parrying his special attacks to build up power quicker. Throw a special 1 there. Get some force field charges. Bait a special 2. Get out of the way of that. The amount of times that I've eaten that special 2 trying to parry it has been ridiculous. Parry a special 1 here, build up some power. Throw a special 2, this should kill, and I get 1 crit out of 7. Really bad RNG there. So what I'm trying to do now is just build back up to a special 2, and then that should finish him off, even with 1 or 2 force field charges. He's down to 17% health. With a minute left, I'm feeling good here. Get to a special 2, throw it, and he's down. And at this point, I'm looking and thinking that I've won this 3-0 because the amount of health that he could make up doesn't make up for the amount of time lost that he's got. So yeah, that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please bear with me on these. I'm very new to this. I'm still trying to figure it out as I go along. I don't actually have a proper setup yet. I'm hopefully going to get that sorted soon. Please leave any comments below of any video suggestions you might want to see from me. Hopefully soon I'm going to start doing more videos. That should be interesting. And yeah, there's no more from me. Thank you very much, guys. Again, please check the channels linked in the description. Every single one of them's incredible. And I'll see you in the next one.